Hey guys, Jimmy here from the Collective. All us boys have travelled down here to Sydney. We're actually at Warspeed Industries at the moment. We're going to have a look through the shop. There's a lot of expensive and pretty toys in here at the moment.
Yep.
There's a lot to look at, so let's take a look.
Come on through.
So we'll start with this one, Troy. What are we looking at?
So it's a 403 cube blown injected alcohol LS.
Yep.
Going into a VK Commodore, new car to hit the burnout scene.
Yep.
He's been sort of on the build for a while, and then, yeah, elsewhere, and then, yeah, canned it and came over to me and said, let's do it.
Yep.
So we got some money off him probably 4 weeks ago. Yep. And we got straight into it. Yep.
So, and how long do you reckon until this one's good to go?
It's a little bit tricky, this one, so I'd say probably another 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
The basis of the engine is built, but we're just doing some different stuff on the front with this one being dry sump, so it's a little bit, you know, the next level up from what a lot of our other stuff is. But trying to incorporate our dry sump, we've got a billet crank support on there, fuel pump drive on the front, so there's a little bit of stuff now. We've just got to sit down with my CNC drawer, make up a few custom parts for it, and then out we go. A lot of my ones don't run dry sump pumps on there, they're just running internal oil pumps, standard system, but this guy's just wanted that extra edge. So extra reliability.
Lean on it.
Yeah. So our dry sump kits, you know, we're not running an engine plate. Traditionally, it would have been quite easy if we had an engine plate mount off here. Pump could mount off the engine plate, but because it's only running mounts, it's just a little bit fiddly. So we just got to root around a little bit more than what we normally would.
What block?
So it's an LY6.
Yep.
Factory GM block.
Yep.
Very similar to what most of our LS packages are. We're sort of, most of our blown stuff's at 1,000, 1,100 horsepower mark.
Yep.
It's plenty for it. It doesn't need to step up in it. We want to start making more than 1,100. That's when we jump into a dart block or something like that. But for this application, LY6 block, Callie's Dragon Slayer crank, Callie's rods, CP bullet pistons, Kelford cam from New Zealand, Higgins CNC ported heads.
The whole party package.
Yeah, SI valves we get from the States. We're an importer for them. Pack valve springs, Holly manifold, blower shop. Yeah, everything.
So the whole party package, good to go. It's just it's got the dry sump. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit later, but talk us through these. So these are obviously everywhere at the moment. LS. So who's making these for you at the moment?
Okay, so they're a set of Swift Techs from Queensland. We've used his product. We use Sean's product. So we float between the two. So we just, you know, depending on the application, depending on what's inside the engine, well, that's our low version. And then we also have a tall version, which will clear shaft rockers and solid roller cam applications. We're a bigger spring, bigger rocker. So there, we just got a couple of different versions. Another set on the shelf over there of the tall version. So
let's talk about these two, because obviously we've been seeing a lot of these. People are probably thinking brand new LS A motors. Why do they need to be rebuilt? Run us through the common issue with these straight out of the box.
LSA, biggest complaint is inconsistency in the bearing clearance. Engine is a fantastic starting point, man. Like, where are you going to buy a blown motor for 12 grand? Like, you're not. So, good engine, good basis. The little kid in Mexico that's probably putting them together doesn't know what bearing clearance is. We've just got to rectify those issues. Other than that, they're fantastic. 9 times out of 10, guys are putting them in a diplomat application, so it's not going to go, that's, as you buy it, is pretty much ready to go into a VE or VF. But most times, people aren't going to put them in a VE or VF. That's going in a KE20 Corolla. That's going in a HK old Holden wagon. So you're going to put a sump on it. You're going to change camshaft. The camshaft that's in these things is so small for emissions in America because of their Smog 101 test. You've got to do emissions tests every year with your rego check over there. Camshaft's very small, very underrated in power to get them through emissions. So guys are going to come in, they're going to do a boost upgrade straight away. So they're going to do a camshaft and they're going to do a sump. So you're that far to pulling them apart. Why not spend that little bit of extra time, lay it out on the bench,
beef them up,
start again. Do your bearing clearances, put the right ring gaps in them, bearing clearances, the valves, your camshafts, all this, and build it properly.
What power are we getting out of these, like roughly?
So depending on the upgrades we do, how much boost we throw at it, what we're doing, these got CNC ported heads, CNC ported blowers. So these will be in the range of sort of 850 horsepower at the flywheel. And really, crate engine, you pull it down, you change a few things for reliability, because at the end of the day, some will go, some won't. Oh, 100%. I mean,
so you're better off just, if you get it, just do it straight off the bat. But party package, you know, and put a cam and everything and do the heads and things like that.
Yeah, man, they're killer. They're a great engine.
And you're pumping a lot of these out up.
I love them. They're a great engine. You're working with factory stuff. You're not making everything like that. So we're buying off the shelf. Everything is as it comes from GM. So you're laying it out. It all goes back in the right position. You've got no belt alignment issues. You've got nothing. So it takes, not that it takes responsibility off me at the end, but it takes the worry for the customer at the end of it.
Yeah.
Everything goes wrong, everything's going to stay on there. Or if he's away somewhere, he could be racing in the back of Darwin or somewhere, and he does a tensioner or an idler.
Yep.
Man, go to your Holden dealership, pull one off a car and put it on.
Yep.
If he does something on these, he could be screwed.
Yes,
so
100%.
they're not that we build them to have problems. We want them to stay together.
But everything can have problems.
You've got to make the things.
And if it's something simple, at least it's something simple.
100%. Yeah. So make it easy for them.
And the best thing with these, obviously, big power. They're going in a lot of early girls. But you can close the bonnet.
Close the bonnet. You can still hook aircon onto them.
Thing with them.
So aircon still mounts on the side.
Yep.
Easy to engineer in street cars. So for a street car, that's got its place. That's got its place. Burnout car, power cruise car.
Yep.
Go rape tyres on it, have fun.
Yep.
That there is a good package for a street car.
Yep. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room.
My girl.
Run us through this one. This is we didn't expect this when we walked in, and also run us through this because everyone's probably watching this like LS this, LS that.
Yeah.
What is this?
This is a Toyota 5K. Yep. So
what's it originally out of?
A forklift or a light ace van.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Right.
So I'm building a little Toyota KE38 Corolla wagon.
Yep.
Left field for what I do.
Yep.
I'm aiming for 150 instead of 1100.
Yes.
Complete 13-inch wheels, guards on the mirrors.
Yep.
Full JDM style spec.
Yep.
Left field, but there's a reason behind it, because not everyone can do that.
Yes. Yep.
Some people want something different, and we just wanted to show our versatility in the business that, hey, we're not LS based. We don't live and breathe. Well, we do live and breathe LS, but we wanted to show something that we can make something out. We can actually polish a turd.
Yeah.
We can make something different. We've put a lot of hours into it. Like I said before, this is probably about 200 hours invested into it.
Yep.
A lot of work inside the engine, a lot of custom stuff, custom front end, all the Gilmer drive, single stage external oil pump, which you would not expect to find on a little 1500cc engine. Custom roller rockers.
Yep.
I've had to make spaces up for it. Head stubs out of a different engine.
That's gone into it is just unreal.
The cylinder head work on this thing is, the head on my bench, like I said, flowed 85 horsepower on my flow bench originally. Yep. Now flows 198 with a manifold on there.
Yep.
It's not going to make 198, but if we can get 150 out of it,
it's just going to be the cruiser. Take
this
the
is
kids
me,
for a
chuck
drive.
my kids in the car,
Yep.
pull up on a Sunday morning, cars under the stars, or cars and coffees, or Saturday night cars under the stars, pop the bonnet, go, wow, man, that's something cool.
Yep.
Old guy might be doing up a GT, might be doing up a Falcon, might be doing up a Gemini, Datsun, whatever.
Yep.
And he sees the presentation we can put into something that you can't normally buy off the shelf.
Yep.
And goes, yeah, cool. Let's drop our engine over to you.
And what did we mention before we're going to rev it to if it does rev that far?
We're trying for 9,500.
Yep.
I
really didn't know before when we were talking about it that it was out of a forklift. I actually didn't know that.
So I actually found the engine on eBay in Adelaide.
Yep.
And it was, funnily enough, that so standard engine, they're only a 1.3 litre.
Yep.
This is a 1.5. It was for sale on eBay in Adelaide. The guy had $100 on it, and I talked him down to $80 for the bottom end. And he's like, I've built worse. And I'm like, man, this thing's like crap. Like, looked like I'd been on the bottom of the ocean for a week, and he's telling me he's built worse. But we rectified it. We got it. We can't find that style of bottom end very easily, the 1.5 litre.
So $80 is eventuated into a lot more than 80.
Yeah. She's had a lot of work done to it, but
it's going to be a nasty little package.
Little thing that I can chuck my kids in the car. Yeah. I can go and pick up.
It'll have a bit of poke. It'll sound cranky.
It'll draw the attention that we wanted for the business.
Yep. Oh, look, you walk in and you look and you got that sitting there.
Yeah.
And then you have that sitting there. Like that's not even half the width of the blower.
That's right. Yeah. So the final outlook of the car is still decided. I'm deciding whether I make the car look like a barnyard fine race car.
Yep.
Paint it up with. Get my logo of that turned into an old hand running riding sign of Warspeed. Make it look like it was a 70s model race car just pulled straight out of the shed. So that's still on the cards.
I'm just thinking of all the customers that rock up here and they rock up and they're like, yeah, I'm building this BK and I want an LSA and I want a big blown thing and the shop car's out the front and that's got the bike.
So it's different. We've enjoyed it. It's been fun to use your brain a little bit more sometimes. Yes. Sometimes you're building things.
Completely, as you said, left field.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you've done that many of them and them, like you just...
We know what we need in these. Yeah. We know what power it's going to make. Yeah. We know what parts we need to buy for it.
What we have to look out for.
Yeah, what systems are in place for it.
Whereas
this has been...
have you had anyone approach you yet with anything like this?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's,
wait until we finish this one and then...
18-year-old kids that think that by looking at it, it's just...
They can come do the 200 hours of labour.
It's a $2,000 motor, and it's not. It's a lot more than that. But yeah, you know, we've enjoyed it. And you know, once again, we're still running on our presentation. The guys at Low Fabrications have done all the powder coating on stuff for me and fixed it up, had other guys modify things and make it right to how we want it to look.
Yep.
We like you can see.
And that is probably one of the biggest things. Yeah, I was going to say, everything that you do, just in here looking at everything like that's done all old school. Everything in here presentation-wise is just
I can't let it leave here ugly. Like, it has to leave here nice.
Yep.
Hence why we're getting a lot of higher-end type of guys that want the presentation. They want it to look nice.
Yeah.
They're happy to spend the money.
When you spend that type of money, you want to be able to pop the bonnet, or if you have it hanging out the bonnet, you want it to look...
Yeah. I mean,
you're there to prove a point.
Yeah, like that's getting one of these billet Clearview filters on it. It doesn't need it. There's $650 worth of oil filter there. But when you look under the bonnet, you go like, oh man, that's cool.
What are we doing? So obviously we're building engines, but as you said earlier, like you're looking into doing more things. So, you know, you've got the rocker covers.
LS parts, like that's a wall of LS.
Yep.
If I don't sell that, I grab it off the wall and I put it into an engine. So, but...
What are a lot of things that you're moving yourself lately?
Lifters, because we buy a genuine GM LS7 lifter. And the biggest problem with LSs is lifters.
Yep.
We move a lot of lifters, we move a lot of parts, we move our valley trays, our rocker covers, the filters, my oil pickup brackets, the polished end plates we do from the end of the heads.
Yep.
Just little dress up things, little things that we've found that we can fix up in the engines along the way.
They fix issues at the same time, but they look good while they're doing
presentation. So we work hard. My blower manifolds we do with Sean. Like Sean's a freak. When you look at the welding from this guy, he's
got a big name himself. I've always
the guy's just a machine. Like you would think that's a machine weld.
Yep.
So yeah, you know, we're just carrying what we know works in LSs, so that we can then offer that to the guy off the street. He walks in, says I want oil pump. Great, we go grab it off the shelf. There you go. We have one model oil pump. We don't have 5. You want head gasket? 5.7, 6 litre LSA.
But you will be making a lot more of your own stuff in the future.
We're going to push more and more stuff of what we find that the engines need along the way.
Yeah, and things that might already be made, but you can rectify little issues, make them better, and make them look pretty at the same time.
Exactly. We want to do our own boost kits for these.
No one wants to go out and pay $900 for a set of rocker covers that look crap.
Yeah.
Like if you put that on an engine, it'll look presentable, and you want to be able to do it with any part. Sometimes you buy a part and you look at it and you go, Jesus Christ, I can't. But you look at it and you go, really? It looks like it's from out of Taiwan. But
them as opposed to that. Yeah. You know? Completely chalk and cheese.
Yeah. Let's look at this big girl over here, because this is obviously something else that we notice as soon as we walk in. Run us through this.
So that's a Hemi engine we built 6 months ago.
Yep.
It went away to the fab shop to be finalised and fitted and modify the sum and stuff like that. It's now back. We're now going to dyno it. So it's a 500 cube NHRA Pro Stock engine. Yep. Hemi Mopar 06 model it's called. Thing would have made 1650 horsepower in race tune. Yep. We've detuned it down to a street car engine. Bit sort of, you know, not what the most people would think or want. Yes. Yep. Big, it's bulky, it's heavy, it's chunky, but it's power.
Do you get many of these come through?
Hell no.
That's raw power. That's just grunt straight off the bat. Like.
So it's a killer engine. Yep. It's that killer that Street Machine came out and done a feature on it. Yep. Because of what it is and what we've done with it. To take a Pro Stock engine and basically word it Pro Stock back to Pro Street. Yeah. It's
tamed it.
Yes, yeah. We've tried to make. We're going to try and make the thing reliable on a street car. It'll work, and it'll be. This thing will just blow tires.
For a street car to be
insane.
Yeah, it's overkill.
Oh,
it is. It's overkill.
It's compensation for something. Yeah.
What's this? Obviously, there's a lot of.
That's an LS killer. So the actual number plate is LS killer. Yep. It's a Barra engine. Yep. We had come in, rectify a few issues with it. It was built elsewhere that had a few problems that we fixed along the way. But it's also just an in-between motor at the moment because that will go in whilst we plan his big dollar engine.
Oh, so there's another big.
So that was the same. It was built elsewhere.
What power is this pushing roughly at the moment? What this is
800 kilowatts at the wheels.
And he's going bigger.
We're chasing.
So he's really chasing the LS.
We're chasing. Title. Yeah, we're chasing. We're going to chase bulk power. We've got some things going on with inlet manifolds for it. We're going to do a really kick-ass cylinder head program for it. Yeah. Lot better rod, lot better piston, up the comp, lot of changes for it, and build him the ultimate.
How many of these are you playing with at the moment?
You know, we do a few. We're not known for doing them. Yep. We don't push for them.
But you can do them at the same time. You're an engine builder. You know the specs.
We're not a one style of engine shop. Yep. We started at the bottom. Well, we started at the top, but down the bottom. of doing anything and everything. As I said, I've been around since '95. It's not as if I just came on the scene 2 years ago.
2 years, yeah.
So I've done Gemini engines. I've done,
if it's an engine,
tractor engines.
You can build it.
I've done
We're building forklift engines.
We're building forklift engines.
Horsepower.
Exactly. So turbo LS.
Yep.
Solid concrete block. We dry deck the heads, running water only through the heads, and that's it.
Yep.
Dry sumped again, bits and pieces.
So that's going to be a big party car then, or?
That's going to be in a drag car. It's going in a VL drag car.
Yeah, okay.
So we're aiming for 7s on that.
Wow, okay.
So that should be like a 1600 horsepower combination.
It's funny when you look at that and that's running 7s, then you look at the size.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that'll be fast, but when you look at the size comparison.
100%, yeah.
And what's his hit?
Just a mild 6 litre we built.
Yep. So we could, obviously you build mild to wild.
Yeah,
if you just have a car that wants to come in for a cam package, you set a
basically that's what that was. That was a cam package, refresh rings, bearings, gaskets.
Yep.
Put a set of valve springs in it, camshaft, trunnion kit.
A healthy straighter.
Yeah, nice thing. Going in a VK, put the right sump on it to suit a VK.
Yep.
Just have a cool little cruiser for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why you cover everything.
Everything. When you look around, what we have, like LSA blower apart.
Yeah, we did notice that before.
LS, 4AGE, Bentley, Clevo, Evo 10. There's just multiples of different odd stuff.
Everything. You're an engine builder. You're just not an LS engine builder.
Exactly.
People need to understand that.
We're a qualified
if you have a forklift and you really want it to run quick, can be done. If you have a barra, it can be built.
Yep.
All right, let's go upstairs and have a look at the machine shop.
Yep.
So up in the machine shop at the moment, what's going on up here? Obviously there is heads everywhere.
Yeah, we've got a lot of heads on the go at the moment.
Spend a lot of time up here, or?
Yeah, I spend a bit. It depends on where we're at and what we need to do.
Yep.
A lot of the heads we do are mainly for me.
Yep.
Just so we've got quality control over what we're letting out the door.
Yep.
We do heads for other shops. Some shops, we're not allowed to say we do their work for them because they take credit for it. Other shops, we do it for them. They'll happily admit that we do their work for them.
Yep. That's business.
A lot of LS stuff, big blocks, LS, 7-second drag car,
yep.
LSA, LS, V8 Toyota, 1U ZFE in a Capri drag car.
Yep.
WRX's big block, LS, Chrysler's, then a wall of them all down there of big blocks, SR20s, Windsors, a lot of cylinder heads. Do a lot of cylinder heads here.
Same as the blocks downstairs, do everything.
Yep.
Everything and anything.
All odd, whatever sort of cylinder.
For someone that I got no idea about this stuff,
yep.
heads and stuff, let's say you bring a set of heads up, what's the process, what are we doing?
Okay, so they will come in looking like that.
Yep.
That's a set of LSAs off a running engine.
Yep.
This guy, if he agrees to the quote we just given the other day, they'll get pulled apart. We will throw the springs and everything in the bin.
Yep.
The valves and the LSAs are pretty good. We'll run with the valves. And then LS program, we send them down to my mate Nathan Higgins down in Victoria now.
Yep.
Me standing there porting them for days on end. I can be in the engine room putting an engine together, doing something else. Here's a machine, it's got a great program, does great work, we make good results, we know a consistent result every time.
Yep.
So we let him do them. So I strip them, I clean them, I send them down to him, he'll do all the porting for me, so they come back fully CNC ported on all the runners and the chambers and everything done.
Yep.
Then we go through, we'll skim them, we'll clean them, we'll wash them up, we'll get them up here, we'll prep, we'll go through, make sure the valves are seating properly, set up all the spring tensions and all that sort of stuff. We keep valves in stock for LSs all the time, so I've generally always got 15 to 20 sets of valves in stock, stainless valves. Yep. Spring kits on the shelf ready to go for them, multiple different parts for depending on what application we're using the springs for.
Yep.
So that's the bulk of our heads is the LS stuff.
Yep.
But then,
we have random things.
Yeah, drag car head that we're doing some repairs on, had some detonation issues, so we've had to weld them up and remachine them and then make them right again. And this we can't buy valves for this engine at all. Cannot buy a nice quality valve for it. So back to the book, search around. Now it's got a valve out of some completely random Toyota model in it. And then it's got like a Mitsubishi or a Mazda or something, whatever I could find that was close that I could make work, and we make it work. So
do you run into that issue a lot? Or?
Hell yeah. So like my little 5K we saw downstairs, that's got like a valve out of a Nissan TB48 with a GDR spring and a 2J retainer and all sorts of odd stuff. We're not just grab a catalogue and hope for the best. We'll work out what it takes to
go that extra mile to make sure that is correct. Because that's what
we do.
Said to me before, heads are a massive role in engines.
Heads are what makes an engine.
Yep.
Crank, rods, pistons make it survive.
Yep.
That, putting a good rod in it hopefully stops you from rodding it if it's built right.
Yep.
Heads are what will make your power and will make your engine survive. If you don't have good cylinder heads, it's all over.
And I've never looked at it myself like that. I knew
that's-
heads were always a big thing, but when you think of...
You don't make power by putting a set of rods and pistons in an engine. you'll make reliability from it.
Yep.
So if you just take an engine, you go and put a set of rods and pistons, you're not going to pick up 200 horsepower out of it.
Yep.
You're going to pick up the reliability to make the power from the heads. An engine's an air pump. Just a big compressor. Quick you get in, quick you get out, quicker it's going to go. So all that has to be working.
That's a really good way to look at it.
Yep.
So, and what are some of the tooling we got up here? Obviously, you know what I mean?
So, we've got my flow bench. It's not the world's biggest or greatest flow bench, but it does a repeatable result to what we need to do.
Yep.
We fully digitized it so that we've got a database on everything we do.
Yep.
A lot of flow benches are handwritten results. So, Billy Bob takes his head somewhere and gets imported and thinks he's got a great result, puts on the dyno, doesn't make power. But he got a flow figure that said it should make the power.
Yep.
Old mate at the head shop's just giving him a bum steer. So ours is fully digital. I can't change the result that tells me. If that tells me a wrong result, then
that's what it is.
It's not a wrong result. It's the right result, and I'm just not happy.
Yeah.
So we keep it all there. Say there are a lot bigger, a lot more expensive machines out there.
Yep.
But what we do, it works for us.
Doesn't lie.
Doesn't lie.
Tells you the truth whether you like it or not.
Yep. So we spend multiple hours over there grinding and fixing up ports and stuff like that, valve faces, seat cutter, the mill.
And these days, sometimes it's just easier to send things off and get a machine.
Like I said, the cylinder head
hands
stuff,
on the shoulders, you're sitting there for hours on end.
So, we don't push our porting program because of the sheer time involved in it.
Yep.
As I said, we'll look to use the people that we know have got a result already.
Yep.
But then very anal in how we put them together and what we do and how we put them together, and then the componentry we use. Like we keep a heap of LS spring kits on the shelf for them. Dual spring packages for the LS that we know is what we're happy with, what we work.
And you will only use what you're happy with. If you're not happy with it, you just won't use it.
If I won't use it, no, I won't use it. Like boxes and boxes of LS valves, they're ready to go. Stainless steel valves, ready to go for every model LS. There's another package that turned up the other day. LS1, LS3. Even down to our polished end plates that we do for the LSs. So, the LSs traditionally look pretty ugly at the front of the engine. Like they're an ugly engine. So we had all these laser cut out, bolted around the front of the engine, and you got a polished plate on the end of the head just to make it look
pretty.
You can't polish it, but you can.
You want to be able to say, well, I spent 20 grand building that engine.
And it looks good.
It looks pretty. It looks pretty.
It looks nice. You don't want to
spend 20 grand. You look at it, it's like, it looks like a 186.
Yeah, and you got to go home and paint it yourself. It has to leave here looking good.
And obviously, what heads are they on?
Subaru late model WRX. Oh, sorry. WRX are all the same head. So it is a FA20 engine. So Toyota GT, those 86 model Toyotas.
Yep.
Late model sports cars, the most underpowered sports car out there. So we're doing a program on them to try and get a little bit more grunt out of them. They run a very similar head on the WRX. Actually, the WRX head is a lot worse. So a lot of the guys we're doing it for now, we take that head and put that head onto the WRX. And then we do some improvements sort of along the way. So they're a set that's been dropped in for me to cut.
Do you get that a lot where guys will come in with things like that you haven't really played with before and you wanted like trial and error?
Yep. So that's like we've got a set over there. There's another set over there. There's another one up there. That's a sacrificial one for us to modify for this program. We've already ordered. You can't buy valve guides for them, and they're loose from the factory. So we've already ordered some valve guides out of CHE in America that we'll have them on hand. Not that I'm pushing the Subaru market.
Yeah.
But if someone
comes in and goes, hey, I'm building a gnarly WRX, yada, and you go, mate, you need this.
We've got the guides
here. We've tried it, we've done it,
You can buy springs off the shelf, like there's Subaru springs there. You can buy valves, but you can't buy valve guides, and they're screwed from the factory.
How many things are you getting that are coming in, like, factory that are just shit house? A lot?
Yeah. I mean, we don't see a huge amount of factory stuff now because a lot of our stuff is custom built. But a lot of this stuff isn't.
But like even like with the LSAs, obviously like
quality control
is
is nowhere what it used to be. A 186 had better quality control compared to what late model engines do now. And that was because you were finding it was hand built. It was hand built back in the day as opposed to a robot putting it together now. A robot can't decipher bearing clearance. It's only putting in, a big machine comes down and builds the engine for them, and it doesn't get
everything's machined a little bit different. It just bang, pops it in, pops it in. Whereas a human might go through and look at it and go, oh no, that's a bit bang.
Every engine we build, I've got folders downstairs of every single engine we build. So if I build you an engine, you rang me up 6 months later, hey Troy, what push rod's in it? I'll open up the folder, I'll tell you exactly what push rod's in it. What bearing clearance has got it? I want to use a different brand of oil. Well, hang on, you have to use that weight oil because that's what bearing clearance that engine's got.
So you document everything like that?
Everything. There's folders and folders downstairs of every single engine I build has a full build sheet on everything that leaves here.
And that's unreal for the owners.
Spring tension.
Once they want to get the engine, they can go, hey, it's like here. We're not bullshit. If you pull that engine down, this is exactly what you'll see. This is the clearance. This is
if they want a copy of it, by all means, they can have it. Most of them don't understand what it is. And I've got writing like a doctor. But from the able to
call up and go, hey, I want to change this oil, and you go, hang on, no, we built this car to this spec. You need to run this. Don't change to that. That's a great relationship.
LSs, we write down what reluctor it's got, what cam sensor it's got, because that changes for the ECU model. We write down what sump we've got on it. We write piston and valve clearance down. We write compression ratio down. We've got it all, valve spring tension, that once we set up here, we put a note, we take it down there. We've got it all written down, so every engine is documented. So that there's no, and if it failed, if an engine failed and it comes back to me, at least I can look and go, well, hang on, did I stuff up?
Well, I've done this in the last 3 engines and they're fine.
That's right.
So, or it comes back and it's got, it's got something completely different.
It's got a different part.
You told me it's never been tampered with. Why has this got this valve spring in it when I put this? Well, we might have changed.
Exactly right.
And it's like, well, mate, that's on you. That's not on me.
Data is key to everything.
So we've got one of Troy's engines that he's built down here. We've got a few down here that we're going to have a look at. Run us through this. This is Steve's. So Steve's got a couple of cranky cars. Run us through this.
Steve's engine came to us for an iron block upgrade originally. That was it. And we had to take a few problems out of that, but we'll move on from that. So Steve does drag week, Cootamundra, all those sort of events. Only had an alloy block in it, crack a bore, 5.7. So we got an iron block for it. We upgraded it, made a few changes along the way. And now, she's making good power for a 98 pump fuel car. He hasn't manned up yet to put it on E85, but we'll get to that one day. But it's doing everything it needs to do at the moment. He won Cootamundra the other week, which was fantastic to drive it there, drive it back with 3 guys in the cars and spare tyres in the back and everything, no trailer needed. So iron block, factory crankshaft, crow cam that we actually worked in with the tuner. So Gersh at LSX Tuning tunes this one. Between myself, Steve and Gersh, we let Gersh decide the cam because he was going to tune it. If it wasn't something I would have liked, then I would have told him straight out, but I was happy with his grind. So we worked with that. We put a set of Callie's rods in it. We put a set of CP bullet pistons in it. Some good valves, springs, service cylinder head. So it's a very mild engine as such. Yes, it's got an iron block in it, but we're not really running big ported cylinder heads or anything. It's just a good mild package that we need to get to and from the event without it going on a trailer. And so far, it's doing everything it needs. Makes over 500 at the back wheels on 98, low boost, and then once his goal is to do 3 9-second passes on 98, and then we'll turn it up and send it back down to Gersh. He'll retune it and go for some 8s with some E85. So
and that's when it gets exciting.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty simple combo, really, isn't it?
It's basic.
Yeah.
It's nothing too.
Yeah. We've had some issues along the way, heating issues, and which we had our morning meetings every second day. Steve would call in before work. I do Steve's boss's work as well, so we kept it on the lowdown that Steve was here, but anyway.
He knows now.
Yeah, he knows now. Yeah, we just, hello Barry. But yeah, other than that, it's been a good reliable package, and to get Cootamundra over the line, not only for Steve with the lead up to it, the preparation, but for me personally, it meant a lot for him to get a result that he wanted, that I was happy for him to get, and it meant a lot when he did get that result.
I've seen the Facebook post, you were pretty happy.
Yeah.
Drove there, drove back.
So yeah.
All right, run us through this one. I seen this one at Summer Nuts. It was the first time I've seen it. Obviously it's a pretty car to look at, and it's pretty nasty to look at. Run us through, what's the go with it?
Clint came to me 18 months ago, 12 months ago for a quote. We priced it up. He had an underbonnet blown LS3 that was making respectable power for what it was, but it just didn't have that wank factor. We needed it out the bonnet. We actually, I didn't think I was going to get the job at first, but then over time we spoke a few times, and then it led into building a 403 cube, LS iron block, LS3 heads, 871 Sean's manifold, crank support, everything. We threw a fair bit of stuff at it with a goal of 1,000 horsepower. We made that goal. And now he drives it. It's, the thing sounds off tap at idle, which hopefully will start it up shortly. And it's a cool car. I love this car actually. Yeah. So I hadn't told him that yet, but I do. Yeah. Surprisingly, factory as they come cylinder heads, factory rockers, factory LS7 lifters. The one thing that I think I've learned with the LS is keep it in the window. GM done a fantastic job of designing that engine. Stay close to that window. Go out of that window, go into dramas. Work with what they done, they're on it. They're on it, we're on it. So, yeah.
So, run us through this one. All under bonnet, this one.
6 litre based, blown, was turboed. Chad came to me, had an engine built, lasted 200 Ks. Had the next engine built, lasted 100 Ks. Third one, 20 Ks.
Yeah.
So it's a 4th engine. You've paid 4 times, not 2 times.
First Warspeed engine.
This one's, we built it and it's stayed in there ever since. And that'd be a good 12 plus.
12 months, yeah.
Yeah, because I was in my old shop before I moved here. Came in with a lot of issues, 5.7 with a turbo on at the side. Actually, old Darcy down at Killer Boost done the turbo originally. We had to basically start again pretty much. Crank was cracked, block was stuffed, multiple other issues along the way. We iron blocked it at the same time. I'm a firm believer of iron blocks. So yeah, we did that. Did a few changes along the way. We've upgraded the camshaft again since. Obviously turbo's gone, blower's on there now. 760 at the rear wheels, daily driver, power cruise it, roll racing it, just everything, just go for it. Haven't had to touch it since it went in, which is killer. It's had a couple of different gearboxes behind it now, and every time he just keeps changing things, that engine just keeps staying in there, which is killer. So,
and that's what you want from your engine builder.
Yeah, yeah.
Build it once, put it in.
That's it.
Yeah, so
yeah. Spec video.
Yep.
And like so, heads and everything like that, it's all
mildly ported. I'll rephrase that. Mildly ported to look like they're ported, but they're not really ported by another shop. We would have done a different program on it, but it's making the power it needs. We are going to do some cylinder head upgrades on it in the next 12 months and step up to it's only got an early model 5.7 cathedral head on it. We are going to step up to an aftermarket version of cathedral head. It's too late now to change because of intake manifolds and stuff like that. So yeah, we want to probably chase another 100 at the rear wheels out of it, which I think we'll comfortably get by the time we change head and possibly step up the camshaft program a little bit. And yeah, it'll, not that it needs it, it's just
wanting.
We're men, we've got to have it all. So yeah.
You can never have too much power.
It's just a number we're always chasing. So,
and this is straight driven, like a lot.
Yep.
So guys, that's it. We've had a look through Warspeed facilities, unreal engines here. Everything is amazing. Very, very blown away with the presentation of just everything. Everything is top notch. If you want an engine built, this is the man to speak to. Not just LS, big block, barra, forklift, anything, you name it. They can build it here, go-karts, boats, a whole lot. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you, mate.
Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the guys rocking up too and showing us around. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you.